So thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all here. This, of course, is the open qualifier for the Fallen Hope tournament, a $2,400 prize pool event that I'm putting on with the help of the community and my awesome sponsors, Let's Kung Fu, Plantronics Gaming, and Agro.gg. This is the third game of the best of three, so it's the ace game. The winner advances. The loser will be getting nowhere closer to that prize money. Spawning up in the top right hand spot, winning game number 1, losing the second game. Representing Seed Gaming, it's Revolution. Who's going for an early pull? His opponent down in the bottom left, representing Leisure, it's Arbiter. Arbiter lost game number 1, took game number 2 with a bit of a funky Mutalisk style. Played out pretty well for him though, so I doubt that he'll be too concerned about it. Anyway, early 8 pull coming down from Revolution. Going for the extractor trick, but keeping one of them. Suggests that it's probably going to be a Baneling style play. And the reason I think that is because if you get gas into pull, it's generally going to be more along the lines of Speedlings. But with pull gas, usually Banelings. Arbiter chose to go for a drone scout though. So going for this early scout has really paid off for him. He sees this coming. Able to get his own pull down means that he's not going to get caught off guard by this. Going to be interesting to see how Revolution deals with it. He's still got that gas coming on in. Looks like he's not going to be going for the Baneling nest as of yet. With the drone around ABC, Spines will get started in plenty of time. Drone is left alive for the moment, 2 HP. A little bit frustrating. Drones get pulled out of gas for Revolution, who's still pumping out more Zerglings. Meanwhile, over on Arbiter's side, he's got his own gas now up. Looking to finish up the spawning pool, start some defensive Zerglings pretty quick, and also a Spine Crawler, making sure that he keeps things good and steady, doesn't want to get caught off guard by anything. Still the Lings running across the map, leaping and bounding, having a very, very good time. Baneling Nest getting produced now. Going to be the best defense up against a lot of Speedlings. Overall, the Zergling numbers currently sitting at 12-6 in favour of Revolution. But more being pumped out by Arbiter, and Arbiter, of course, does have that nice defender's advantage. A few more shots still coming on through. The damage at the moment is quite nice. Arbiter attempting to back away. Lost a couple of units already. 200 minerals worth. Bit frustrating. Behind this, Revolution is just waiting for speed to finish on up. Has more Lings coming across the map, but that's it. No sign of a natural base from him. The Baneling Nest for Arbiter is now finished. Going to be very, very helpful. Revolution has got his Baneling Nest as well. This is a very tense moment. The control here could make or break this game for one of these two players. Whoever wins this advances on into the next round, gets closer to getting one of the 2 qualification spots. Up come the Banelings, they're going to be trying to get the connections. First one's not great, second and third do get a couple of shots off. Revolution trying to sneak on by. Looking to try and take down that Queen, but it survives with 16 health for the moment. Unfortunately for Revolution, his Baneling has been spotted. He's trying to get it over. He won't be able to get it through. However, Revolution does have enough Speedlings to pick off the Queen and streams in with a couple of Zerglings. More on the way. More defensive Lings also coming on out at the moment for Arbiter. These Speedlings have got to be controlled beautifully. Queen pops on out, this Spine Crawler racking up a couple of kills, weakening things up. Meanwhile, Revolution doing nothing but pumping out more Zerglings at the moment. Work count 13-10. With 6 minutes through this game, more Banelings morphing on through. This Spine is the real problem for Revolution. Getting anything past that in small numbers is exceptionally difficult. One Baneling detonated, second Baneling going to be trying to get a bit more work done. First few Baneling hits, getting a little bit of damage through here for Revolution. But a defense Baneling for Arbiter, still scaring away the Speedlings. This Zergling Baneling phase holding strong. Revolution adding in a couple more drones. He's not committing to this any further. But he's been down on the worker counter a little bit now. Overall, the supplies are identical though. Biggest difference to the Spine Crawler. Revolution has lost about 100, or just over 100 more minerals, so these two are dead even at the moment. waiting to see where these Lings decide to go. Speed kicks in for Arbiter. Speedling for Revolution, able to get through, gets a good scout down, keeps check on what's happening here. Revolution tying up his natural base, gets a small advantage there, but nothing massive. A lot of banelings are actually here for Arbiter currently. It'll be interesting to see what he tries to do with that. Counterattack, of course, always a strong probability if you have been in a long Zergling baneling phase. Revolution gonna have to get good control with his banelings here. Couple of Lings daring to come closer. The banelings for Revolution, though, gonna get caught, unfortunately. Able to stay alive. One gets taken down. Not the end of the world. Tries to get another detonation, but only 2 Lings caught there. A lot of banelings waddling through here. 2 able to make it a tad further. Revolution needs to be careful. He could lose a lot. Just noticing in the last second. Loses a few Zerglings there, but both players trading a lot of resources. Still just that 50 resource difference overall. Very tough. Anyway, more speedlings coming on out now for Revolution. Gives him an 8 Ling advantage. He's trying to poke and prod at this naturally. Has got a big advantage on that natural base timing. Drones now being pumped out. Revolution down by 2 workers at the moment. His baneling trying to find somewhere to come through. Forcing a lot of banelings out of Arbiter actually. In come these Lings. Need to be very careful with just how many banelings are there at the moment. Gonna force a few more just to detonate on up, but not gonna get more than one of them. All in all, work count 17 to 16. We're approaching the 10-minute mark in what has been a very stunted game in terms of its progression through, just through how elongated this Zergling baneling phase has been. Started from the first few minutes and has continued on for what seems like an eternity. For both of these two, it's been like balancing on a knife edge. Trying to squeeze out any drones when they can without risking too much of a big counterattack that could just lose it for them. Remember, it comes down to whether or not these two advance on or not in just this one game. And playing Zergling baneling when there's only one game that could be making the difference is a very stressful strategy. So, got the lair coming on through at the moment. That's for Arbiter, so he's going to be getting a good tech advantage. He's also sitting with a bit of a higher gas income, I believe, for quite a bit of this game. He should definitely be on a higher gas income. What's going on here? There we go, yeah. It is showing it now properly. I was like, he's got 2 gases and Revolution's only got 1, so I don't know how they were mining the same. But anyway, yeah, this is going to stabilize a bit for the moment. Arbiter going to attempt to take a 3rd base at the moment. Going to get quite a big advantage here. I doubt Revolution is going to try and go for that. He may have seen the drone moving across, but doesn't have confirmation with any overlord there. Getting down his own lair now. Meanwhile, Arbiter looking to move up in towards that Spire tech. It was what worked so successfully for him in that second game. Be interesting to see if he can do it again. He's sitting on 2 gases, 3rd one on its way. Revolution now coming through. Got vision of that 3rd, but it's got to be careful. There's some banelings. Nobody likes banelings in the face. Still waiting, still checking. Arbiter wants to keep this 3rd pretty much at all costs. Couple of baneling trades. The Revolution moves on forward. Does get a couple of these Zerglings here. Nothing too crazy though. Resources lost. Difference slightly bigger than it was before. Revolution losing a fraction more, but look at the drone difference. Wow, where did that come from? Okay, this drone difference is massive. 15 drones apart. The Spire is the big reason for that. The fact that it's already down, or about to be down in 3 seconds for Arbiter gives him a massive advantage in terms of the Mutalisk timing. But Revolution should end up being able to keep pretty level with it as long as he's not forced to make too many banelings here. Ling on Ling pressure coming on through. These banelings being forced to detonate. Trying to lower the gas count of your opponent is always going to be a very strong move if you are going Mutalisk on Mutalisk. The Minerals, on the other hand, not too much of a problem. That's why we're seeing a lot of these Zerglings coming through. Small little skirmishes around this 3rd base. Revolution really not going to be too pleased with the fact that it's still in existence. Sees the first Mutalisk now, and that's why it's a bit of a problem. The Lynx is going to go for the straight on 5. The Lynx can get away. The banelings had no chance. Trying to get the strongest trade possible. Only a couple of Mutalisks. not the biggest damage dealers in small numbers. Ling's still chasing on through. Be interesting to see if Revolution splits these Lings at all. Going towards that third base. Looks like he just wants to go all in against this. Knowing that there's not really much in the way of defense here. Only a couple of Lings. The Mutalisks are coming across. Re-engaged by Revolution. Going to pick off 2 of the drones. Still focusing that third with only a handful of Mutalisks. It's going to go down. Beautiful pick off there for Revolution. Giving him such a big advantage. Now he's got his third up and is able to take that down. Both players are getting Mutalisks out now. It's going to actually level out to be nigh on identical. A 1 Mutalisk advantage. The other big thing is the upgrades. Arbiter is getting +1 attack. He's ahead on that. But +1 armor is a stronger upgrade in Mutalisk versus Mutalisk. And the reason being is because the +1 attack for Mutas doesn't increase their bounce attack damage by much. Whereas the armor is a flat reduction on any damage. So it reduces the bounce attacks by a flat amount. Of course, the Mutalisks are already out on the map though for Arbiter. Makes things quite stressful. Queen is here now. Mutalisk for Revolution coming across as well. Gets the first kill. Both players losing 1 Muta. Revolution up by 1 at the moment, but 1 more in production for Arbiter for them now. This third base is going to be a big difference. The key thing is these additional 2 gases. Each gas is worth roughly 100 Vespian per minute. So that's an extra Mutalisk per minute per gas. Fewlings, again, trying to just be irritating. Putting a little bit of damage off wherever they can. Overlord's being picked off. This is actually massive. Wow, okay, Arbiter did not have much free supply. Losing these Overlords has heavily supply blocked him. He's having to get 5 in production to break this supply block. This is meaning that he can't produce any Mutalisks for the moment. Giving Revolution more of a chance to get further ahead. He's already up in the work account. Revolution also 15 seconds away from getting down his +1 Flyer Carapace upgrade. That in itself is going to be very helpful for him. Just a stronger upgrade than the +1 air attack that we do see Arbiter went for first. His third base is nearly remade, but if we look, Lings are coming on the ground as well. Ling count is equal. Mutalisk flock, though, quite a bit larger actually for Revolution at the moment, at least until the next wave pops out. The odd Overlord is being found. If 1 more gets taken down again, Arbiter would get supply blocked, but his Mutalisk coming to defend that. Lots of drones coming through for Revolution. He's already up in the work account. Having those additional gases mining for quite a bit longer is what's allowed him to gain the advantage in the Mutalisk flock. Still waiting for the big Muta on Muta engagement. Neither player is going to want to take this unless they absolutely have to. Or they're extremely confident that they can win the fight. These Mutalisks now backing away. Playing a defensive game. Revolution knows that picking off that third would have done an awful lot. He's also got a 4th coming on through. Arbiter is going to go and try and check it. Gets distracted though by a lot of Mutalisks. Comes down, will see it being made. This is very, very tense times. Muta on Muta fights are some of the most risky that you can get. If you're just a couple of Mutalisks short, if your opponent has a few more units on the ground, it could all go disastrously wrong. Slight upgrade lead as well at the moment on those Mutalisks. But the numbers advantage for Revolution. Checking around 4th bases. Coming for both of them. At the moment we're just sitting comfortably at about the, or just coming up to the 20-minute mark. So quite a long ZvZ. Remember, if there was any doubt, it's a best of 3. It's tied 1-1. Whoever wins this advances on closer to getting that qualification spot into the Foreign Hope main event. Those Mutalisks taking a bit of a beating there. Revolution could have done without losing those. He lost 3 in total. He's only picked off 1, so 2 more were killed though, I do believe. A lot of Lings coming out on the ground. The Zerglings are going to be very, very tense. Because they've got a lot of work to do. They're going to be trying to pick off hatcheries. But the other big thing about the Lings is if you have the numbers on the ground, which Revolution certainly does, 37-0, and there's the Muta on Muta fight, your Zerglings can actually soak up some of the bouncing glaives, reducing the damage your Mutalisk flock takes. These Mutalisks trying to start chipping away. We'll take down a Spore Crawler. That's actually really nice. Picking off a burrowing Spore Crawler, incredibly important. The Lings acted as a big enough distraction. Arbiter came over to defend those. That means he's going to lose this 4th base to the Mutalisks of Revolution. Loses a couple of drones as well. Waiting still to see what Arbiter does. He's falling quite a long way behind now. We can see that by the supply and also the overall supply count. 42 Mutalisks to 41. The upgrades are pretty much level. Shortly, the +2 Flyer Carapace upgrade will kick in though for Arbiter, and that's going to mean that on a Muta or Mutified, he gets another big advantage, at least until Revolution finishes his up. But it's the Lings on the ground. That's what's making the big supply difference at the moment. There's also 70 to 48 drones. In come the Lings now towards this 3rd base. This could be a very tense moment. The Mutalisks for Revolution heading into the main, going for a multi-prong attack here, just trying to distract as much as possible, going straight for this damage. Is he going to focus the Spire? That would be big. No more Mutalisks will be able to come out down. Goes that Spire. Arbiter now in a lot of trouble. He can't make any more Mutalisks. He got 2 more before it died, but it also stops any further upgrades. This will give Revolution the chance he's been waiting for to catch back up. Checking around. Waiting to see really what Arbiter can do. He's lost this bottom base, so he's 3 bases to 4. We've got a lot of spines coming down here, as well as a spore for Revolution. He wants to be able to hold this in the event of an emergency. Pumping out more Mutalisks now, 58 to 45. Revolution nearly maxed purely on Mutas at the moment. He's trying to lose these Lings as well, efficiently, just to free up more supply to make more Mutalisks. And there we have it, 2 more on the way. This pretty much maxes him out on Mutas. His +2 Carapace is about to kick in. Here we go, the fight coming on down. Numbers, big advantage for Revolution, but some of his Mutalisks weren't in the fight initially. This is going to be a pretty decisive victory for Revolution. We can see the number of Mutalisks dropping rapidly for Arbiter. There's the GG, and Revolution is going to take this series 2-1 and will advance on into the next round of the Foreign Hope.